Wait a minute. Ah. Much better. Much better. Welcome to the August Hail, and I want to help you find something great to experience. Here on the channel, I review anime visual novels. But for today, we are going to begin a brand new series here on the channel. We are going to be covering the remake anime adaptation of the infamous psychological horror visual novel, Higurashi When They Cry. These series of videos will be a review and a reaction to each episode of Higurashi, as well as a spoiler-less comparison regarding the differences between the Higurashi remake and the original visual novel. If you haven't watched the first episode of the Higurashi remake, I would highly suggest watching the episode before continuing with the rest of the video. If there's something I gotta say off the bat, the Higurashi remake looks fantastic. The character designs, courtesy of Akio Watanabe, makes all the characters pop out against the Hinamizawa muted backgrounds and gives it that modern flair. But when you watch Higurashi, the most notable thing of all is the facial expressions. Another positive of the character designs is that it makes the reaction faces much more flexible in animation. These faces just sell the small interactions a lot more. And speaking purely about Rena, her expressions just makes her even more cute. And that's cute with a... If you've been paying attention to the facial expressions, you'll also want to pay close attention at some of the shots and scenes. There is some very nice subtle foreshadowing through very specific shots and character interactions that will be important later on. But if you're like me and have already watched/read Higurashi, you'll chuckle at these moments as you stand by with a watchful eye. And here we come to talk about something unavoidable, the foretelling of the inevitable fate of the Higurashi remake. Higurashi was a more atmospheric psychological horror in the 2006 adaptation rather than an up-in-your-face kind of horror. It was a series that slowly eased you into the narrative, made you get comfortable, before slipping in unsettling emotions and then proceeded to beat you over the head with the cruel, misfortunate, tragic depictions of our beloved characters. With the Higurashi remake, the show was a lot more reserved with its slice-of-life segments, and the show even cut parts out. This is unavoidable because of the limited anime time limit. So I'm hoping Higurashi will continue to get more seasons, because with the amount of content Higurashi has, this is absolutely necessary to get the full experience of what Higurashi has to offer. The slice of life, contrary to what many people think, is an important part of the narrative to grow and like the characters, as there's some important character interactions that sell those tragic moments even harder. I can understand the first episode's faster pacing to get newcomers familiarized with the Higurashi horror as a selling point, but the characterization is equally as important to leave an everlasting impression. The first episode of the Higurashi remake is a solid, great start to the series, giving it that much needed, refreshing coat of paint from the original adaptation back in 2006. I see the possibility of absolutely great execution from Studio Passione in selling those grim horror aspects that will chill you to the bone. The slice of life content will end up being more restrained and sometimes fully cut to get through all of the content, resulting in a faster paced plot, but if it balances those character interactions and dynamics, Higurashi can still provide a shocking and satisfying experience that will get you hooked. And if you watched/read Higurashi before, the remake will make you fall into the same exciting and nostalgic feelings as you watch this new adaptation. And warning, there's a little something special at the ending of this first episode, something that made me squeal in excitement, and something that made me shiver in anticipation and curiosity. As someone who's watched the anime adaptation back in 2006, it fills me with great nostalgia seeing these characters yet again with modern visuals, and it fills me with great joy and hope that a new generation of people will be able to experience and get invested into the wonders of Higurashi no Nakakoro ni. Overall, if you like what you see from this Higurashi remake, I would highly recommend reading the original visual novel. There's a lot more depth and atmosphere to the original narrative and characters, and it will provide you with an even greater experience than what the adaptation, both the remake and the 2006 version, will provide. So what do you guys think of the new Higurashi remake? What are your impressions of the new adaptation, both good or bad, and what do you hope to see from the Higurashi remake? I would love to hear them. And as always, subscribe if you liked the video and want to see more. Please check out some of my other videos on the channel and check back every week for new content. If you are interested in my thoughts, you can follow me on Twitter at TheAugustHale. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.